I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a coach or something. I'm just another dude. I've been sometimes known for giving good advice over the course of my life, and I wanted to share this stuff as not just something different from politics, but also somewhat connected to politics. There are a lot of problems in American society right now, and I think sharing my insight on stuff like this might be good for the community at large. I'm tired of waiting for change. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jake, and this is my channel Jog, or Just Another Wise Guy. In a video essay style format, you're watching mid-quality gameplay footage while listening to my rants about any kind of topic. No need to wait, let's just jump right in. This video is about 3 ways to give better advice.
Tip number 1. Imagine the experience of whatever person you're advising as best you can, even if it makes you uncomfortable. This will help you start from a base point and understand how anyone really feels, sees, and experiences the world. When I say, even if it makes you uncomfortable, I mean, think about how you would feel if your mom died when consoling a friend whose own mother died. Think about what your life would look like if you couldn't see or taste anymore. Think about if you were the opposite or another gender and what it might feel like to desire a gender you're not attracted to. Think about what would happen if someone was oppressive and discriminatory towards you along a line you've never experienced. I understand at some level this isn't exactly easy to do, and you can never truly understand how other people feel, but that part's kind of obvious. However, really sitting there and imagining the full experience of other people, from tiny details to the big picture, can bring a level of closeness and appreciation for the people around you that you would have never felt before. It's one thing to perform the ideas of what we think we should be for our family and friends. It's another to know that the essence of your soul is truly valued and seen by the people around you. If you can, endure the temporary and mild psychological stress induced when imagining the misery of others. Because if we can carry even a small portion of another's baggage simply by physiologically or psychologically trying to understand, then maybe we will all be better off. This tactic will also allow for you to better understand the other person's experience, any other person's experience really, on a more real level, in a context you might not normally engage as thoroughly with. Which leads me to my second point. Tip 2. To truly reach a person, set aside your personal agenda and all parts of your life philosophy you think others should follow, and instead seek to find what this person specifically needs to hear. I'm guilty of this a lot, as I want to make sure things like self-respect and class consciousness are growing in the people I talk with and try to help. But when we get caught up in spreading what we think others should think or feel or know, even if it's a tiny bit of your worldview, this can end up doing 2 things. First, accidentally sending the unconscious message to the other person, other people, that what you think is more important than how they feel, when of course that isn't necessarily true and ideally isn't what you're trying to make the other person feel. And secondly, the mental space and energy you use trying to figure out how your own views can fit into their own, the other person's own internal orientation, is to put waste. And frankly, wasting mental space too, where that space and energy could be spent trying to more accurately and precisely imagine the experience of other people and help another person or persons. Part of the beauty of life and living itself is the experience of other people, because no person is the exact same as the other. Human beings are social animals. All people have different viewpoints and experiences of the world, even if there are common themes and strains for all of us. For example, there are traits that many people would say to describe women, but describing gender doesn't imply that women aren't unique or individual from one another, which they are, as all people are. So, if you try to hone in on how the other person or people think, how the other person feels, what their opinions are on this or that, what their feelings are on this or that issue, what their disposition is like in this or that situation. These things are factors that help explain and understand a person, aka material conditions for all my fellow commies out there. This may be a much more successful route to advise and support the people you care about. Which leads me to my next point. Tip 3, pay attention to what people are vulnerable to talk about or share. Oftentimes, the things we need validated the most are the things we share the least. This can be because we're afraid to share what we want to talk about out of fear of being judged or something,
Or it could also be because we're not sure how to articulate it or even understand it ourselves. People have been made to feel certain ways about discussing various seemingly controversial ideas. So, when you do pay attention, listen to tone of voice, inflection, cadence, and word choice. Look at body language. Keep an eye out for defense mechanisms people might employ, like self dismissal or pushing others away when opening up. Symptoms like all of these manifest because we as people have been socialized in this bizarre world to keep our suffering to ourselves. Try to boost the confidence of the person you're advising and really listen and try to see the other person when they share something truly vulnerable. Give them the space to collect their thoughts. Give them the space to pause if they're trying to think of the right word for something they're describing. And these kinds of ventilation will give people the mental space to order their own thoughts with the presence of someone else who is truly trying to listen right by their side. It's almost like when your mind is very quiet and you're taking a walk through nature or sitting at a beach watching the sunset. You're just in the moment, absorbing the present, not really thinking or talking, just trying to exist. And trying to use this kind of, quote, exist in the present, unquote, energy when listening to others allows you to be the eyes and ears, not just other people deserve, but also what you and we all deserve. This is how we can make the people around us stronger and believe in themselves more, which in turn makes everyone stronger as well. And as this won't be the only applied to this single person, it can be applied to everyone in general as well. Hopefully some of this helped and maybe you'll be able to use it in a useful way down the line. If not, let me know, but that's the hope. I'll most likely be giving more advice in the future, and I think I'm going to include more content like this because I think I can offer a lot more than just political perspective and commentary as well. There's a lot of opportunity and room for exploration, so we'll see what comes in store. And so, with that said, thank you so much for watching. This content and work takes up a lot more than I originally planned, so if you're feeling charitable, feel free to visit my Patreon or Ko-Fi at the link down below to support the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments and like and subscribe if you can. Thanks again for watching. I wish you all the best. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.